so it is officially time for my Super Bowl pick. What a year it's been. Just starting out with that. Just the way these two teams got here. No one expected Bengals to be here. I don't even think Bengals fans expected to be here, but they're here. And they're playing crazy good. They do start out a little slow in the first half. Obviously, against the Chiefs, you saw that. I believe it was both times, actually, they faced the Chiefs. Titans gave them some trouble, too. Titans actually almost came back and almost beat them until Tannehill threw in it was like triple coverage or whatever for some stupid reason. And the Raiders, technically, if you take that 7 off the board, the whistle, I think it was it the first touchdown of the Bengals, or I think it was the first touchdown. Obviously, people should know. If you don't know, go back and watch that Bengals game. There was commentators all week talking about that, and they only won by 6 points. So technically, if you take that off the board, they could have lost to the Raiders easily. So they fought their way through it, and they got to it. They're a crazy good team. And then the NFC side, this is the definition of going all in. They're mortgaged their whole future until, was it 2024? I think is the Rams' first round pick. So they got a stacked roster. They picked up Von Miller, picked up OBJ, picked up Stafford before the season. They had Woods go down. Cam Akers came back. I think it was the Niners game he came back. It might have been the Bucks game, but I think it was the Niners game when he officially came back. So they've had injuries. They've obviously stacked on defense, stacked on offense. There's been times during the season where it's just like, this team doesn't deserve to go to the Super Bowl because they just look so bad. But then they take out, who do they play in the wild card? I don't even remember. Oh, the Cardinals. That's right. That was such a weird game because they pretty much had that game in the bag the whole time because the Cardinals just... I don't know what to think of the Cardinals, and they're obviously going through their own troubles right now with everything going on there. But they essentially, the score, I believe the score was kind of close, but they essentially had the game in the bag the whole time. Then they went on the road to Tampa, took out Tampa. They almost let Brady come back. And then Brady scored with there was a minute left or something like that. And Stafford said, you know what? I can do a game-winning drive too. So he took his team down. Basically just gave the ball to Cooper Kupp and said, here you go. Just go ahead and run down the field. And then, make sure you get down before we have time to snap the ball or spike the ball. So, it was 27-3, I believe is what it was. So just an insane game. Very easily, it could have been Bucks-Niners championship game, very easily. So the Rams are lucky. Then they were down 10 again to the Niners. It was 17-7. I think midway into the third or something. Might have been at halftime. But third quarter, they started coming back. Then they led, and at the very end, Jimmy G, being Jimmy G, decides he's just going to throw to his check down spot, which I believe was the running back, and he threw it high, and so it slipped through his hands and it was picked off. The defense came through at the end, but they had to claw their way through the Niners. So, both teams clawed their way, down 10, and it was 21-3, so what is that, 18-point deficit against the Chiefs. So, both teams in the second half just kind of show up. That first half, they're both just like, we don't want to play. We don't care. But, they come out in the second half and they start just slinging it. They can pound the rock. Joe Mixon, very good. Again, Cam Akers is back. So, good running backs, good wide receivers, good tight ends all around on both sides. Good I guess I would say good corners on both teams. Good D-lines, good linebackers, all around. So just all around, both teams, there's no real villain here. And I talked about this before, but there's no bad guy for this. It's both Stafford I would love to see win one, finally. Joe Burrow and that Cincinnati team, I mean, they deserve to be here after everything they've been through. So, just, I don't, there's no villain where it's like, yeah, I hope this team doesn't win. But my pick, after 5 minutes of talking, my pick here is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. I just feel like everything they've been through, I feel like they've clawed their way more. Yes, the Rams have clawed their way more, or clawed their way too, but it just feels like, you go up against the Chiefs. You'll go up against the number 1 seeded Titans, the second round, the divisional round. It didn't look like they were going to be a team that was going to, really shoot up towards the second half of the season and really, sprout up, become, a threat. But they won the North. They won their North, the AFC North. They just said, we get a home game, and then we're going to go on the road to Tennessee, and then we're going to go on the road to Kansas City. We're going to sling it. We saw what Josh Allen did against Mahomes. We can do that too. We may go into overtime, but our defense is going to get a pick because Patrick Mahomes is going to throw into double coverage like an idiot. So I just think, backed against the wall, I think the Bengals can beat anyone. They're an amazing team. They can stand up to any team out there. Even a superstar team like the Rams, they can stand up to them. Now, they may come out a little slow again. They've done it against the Chiefs. They did it against the Titans. Kind of a slow start-ish against the Raiders. Not super. I mean, both teams kind of started out slow. But, I just think by the second half, they kind of just throw out their game plan and say, we're going to do this, this, and this, and go execute. And they do it. So, I have faith. It's not. I mean, I still want Matthew Stafford to get a ring. I've talked about this numerous times on the channel. Just so many years of watching him. If he gets the ring, I'm gonna be happy for him. I don't care about the Rams getting the ring. I don't care about Sean McVay getting a ring or anything. But to see Stafford get one, I'm happy for him. He deserves it. After everything he's been through in Detroit, he deserves it. He deserves to be on a stacked team. He deserves to be in the Super Bowl. So, I'm not gonna be upset if Stafford wins one and the Rams win. I'm not going to care a lot if the Rams win it, but I'm going to be happy for Stafford. But just seeing, Jamar Chase's rookie year and that connection with Joe Burrow, they got weapons on that offense, on that Cincinnati offense. They got weapons. So we'll see how many sacks Joe Burrow takes, but I mean, there's a lot of weapons, and there's a lot of things that Joe Burrow can do. He may hit the ground a lot, but he always gets back up. He's always cool, calm, and collected, and he'll just sling the rock again. So, yeah, I spent 8 minutes kind of talking about this, but, I just want to talk about both teams. Both teams have to get to the path here. So, my final pick, once again, is the Cincinnati Bengals to win it all, to win the Super Bowl. They have not been here for, 31 years, and the Rams are just here in 2018, so that's pretty crazy. But for now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.